Hey guys, Mike here with Jeeps on the Run, and today we are talking about how to buy a car. This video is mostly just some tips and tricks and what to watch out for when buying a vehicle. We obviously focus on the Jeep stuff here, but this, needless to say, holds true when you're purchasing any vehicle out there. A lot of dealers have different cultures, they have different selling styles, they have different. Let's just dive in and we'll give you some of our tips and tricks when you're out there looking for your next vehicle. Let's rewind 15, 20 years ago. The internet just started. You'd go out to the dealership. You basically would plan on spending your day car shopping. You know, you'd go from dealership to dealership. By the time you figured out what car you want, then you'd work on the price. By the time you were done that day, your head was spinning and you just bought the car, or probably were the last dealership you landed. Fast forward, I feel like nowadays most people know what vehicle they're looking to purchase long before they even go to the dealership. They know exactly what they're after. They've probably driven one by now. You know what you're after. You know what you're looking for. Now it's the process of where to buy it and how to get the best price. So what do? You get online, you look at Google reviews, you look at all the prices, you look at all the options and look at all the rebates, and your head's probably spinning because one dealership's got a price here and one dealership's got a price here, and they're both the same car. So how do you know what's the right price? How do you know what's the right dealership? And how do you know who's going to give you the best service? It should not have to be an all-day process. In fact, the last vehicle we bought, before we purchased the vehicle, my wife ordered a Domino's pizza. And by the time we were done, she drove to the Domino's and she still had to wait for the pizza. Buying the process doesn't have to be painful. Step one, reviews. We talk about reviews all the time. You go on Amazon, what's the first thing you look at? Reviews. You go to the store, you go at Costco, and you look at something, well, let's go to Amazon, let's look at the reviews. We're in such a review-centric world. Reviews are helpful, but within reason. You can't focus on reviews, or you have to look at the reviews through a filter, and let me explain why. So a few things you need to look at for reviews. If you go on a dealership's Google page and they've got 4.9 star review, 4.5 star review, whatever it may be. I'm curious, what is a acceptable review? Are you a 4.5? Does it need to be 4.7? What does it need to be? When you're looking at reviews, regardless of what your threshold is, you need to look at a few things. Did the dealership just get a bunch? Do they get reviews in batches of like 50 reviews at one time? Because that's probably not a reality. Most dealerships don't sell 50 cars in a weekend and get 50 reviews in a weekend. It's probably not real. So when you're looking at that 4.7 or the overall review, you need to look a little deeper than just the star rating. You need to look into what is the common theme of the reviews. So I don't know if you know this, but on Google, there is a feature, and I'm gonna show it here. There's a feature when you go to look for review, it will show you the trending keywords in the reviews. As a business owner, you can't change this. It's something that is put out from Google when they're reading the reviews. You'll see things like bait and switch, false price, price promise, whatever it may be. Now, keep in mind, whatever these keywords are, that doesn't necessarily mean they're negative. It could be positive. It just means that these words are consistent through the reviews. These are words that Google says, hey, this is a common theme I'm seeing, so it puts it up at top so you can quickly look at it. Now, easy enough, what you can do is you can click on that word. It'll bring you right to the reviews. All right, well, price promise, it says on here, oh, I bought the car for the price I could get it online, or bait and switch. Every time I went, I got there and the price wasn't as advertised. So use that as a tool to see what the theme of the reviews are. There's a lot of reviews that may be 5 stars, and it said, the dealership made me leave a 5-star review so I could get the deal I wanted. Well, so now that's going to give them the 4.9 overall rating, but it's actually a negative review that they got 5 stars on. So don't let that fool you. Look at the negative reviews. What are the negative reviews? Are they all consistent? Are they all about false pricing? Are they all about management? Are they all about one person? You got to be able to filter through the negative reviews. What is the dealership's response to a negative review? Is it genuine? No business is ever going to make everybody happy. If a dealership had 5 stars, 5.0, I would actually be concerned. And that's true for any business, right? So read through the negative reviews. What are they? Are they realistic? You can read through and be like, let's be realistic. That customer is crazy. I can take that one out. That's an outlier. Read through the reviews. Again, don't just look at the star rating. You got to understand how to read them. What's the theme and what are the outliers, and how is the dealership responding? A similar note, social media. So social media is a good tool. It's good and bad. Most people only go out to social media when there's a problem, right? We see it all the time. It's the same if you're buying a car and you've been on a forum, let's say the Jeep 4xe. You go on these forums and all you see is the negative comments about the vehicle, because most people don't go on a forum and say, hey, I love my Jeep, I love my Cadillac, I love my Ford, it's the best car I've ever owned. No, they go on these forums when there's a problem and then they put the problems out there trying to fix it. Well, it's kind of the same. Most of these people don't go out to the social media pages for a dealership and say, oh, I loved it, it was a great experience. Sure, there's a few, but a lot don't. So again, you have to read through these with a filter. But again, what is the theme? Is the theme, I got ripped off, I couldn't buy for the advertised price, I spent 6 hours in the F&I office just to get bombarded with extras that they added to the vehicle? What is the theme here? And we're going to talk about those things in a minute. But so kind of the same as the reviews, how does the dealership respond to the negative comments? How do they handle it? I'm sure some of the negative comments are probably your outliers again, but check out their social media feed, check out their Instagram, check out their YouTube channels, check out their, their Facebook pages, and you'll get an idea. You'll get a vibe. You'll get a sense for the culture real quick. Let's talk about pricing. Guys, this is the big one. When you are out there online, and we're all guilty of it, we're all shopping online for our price. It's overwhelming. You have the same vehicle, or one's got a slightly different option, so now you can't compare it. Here's the thing at the end of the day. This is what gives the good dealerships a bad rap, and it's all about online pricing. So when you're shopping for that vehicle, and there's an advertised price online, you need to be able to read through the fine print. Sometimes the fine print's there and sometimes it isn't. Can you buy the vehicle for the price that's advertised online? Let's just talk about a Jeep Wrangler. This is a Jeep page, but this doesn't matter if it's a Wrangler or a Jeep for that matter. If you were to buy the same Jeep is on dealership's A page for $20,000. I get it. It's not $20,000 Wranglers out there. Just argument's sake. Now let's say you got the exact same Jeep, same options, same everything at a different dealership, and it's $25,000. Well, of course, you're going to go to the $20,000 one and you're going to go check that out because that's the better deal. If you really think that a dealership is going to price themselves $5,000 over a competitor, probably not. Remember, if a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. So let's talk about pricing and fake pricing and how you're going to waste your time. Your time is valuable, obviously, right? You don't want to get to that dealership that's got it advertised for $20,000 just to find out you got to be a recent college grad, you got to be military, you got to be a nurse, you have to have owned a vehicle that's not Stellantis. I don't know. Pick a million different rebates that you may or may not qualify for. So what some dealerships will do is they will load the price on the website with all these rebates that you likely don't qualify for. You might qualify for one of them. So now when you get there and you're doing the deal and you're like, oh, congratulations, Mr. Smith, we're gonna give you a buck for your car and this one's $29,000. Well, your first thing is, well, no, it's $20,000 on the website. Oh, well, yeah, but that's if you're military and that's if you've got 3 left legs and you qualify for all these things. Well, you don't qualify for those. Well, we can't sell it to you for that. So then what happens is, obviously, you start working backwards, but what the problem here is most of these dealerships that do this, they're gonna get you there for 2 hours before you even get to that point. So they wear you down, wear you down, wear you down. Now are you to the point where you're like, forget it, we're here, we'll just buy it? Or do you go shop somewhere else? Hopefully you go shop somewhere else. You want to be able to buy for that price online. The price online should be the price you can actually obtain that vehicle for. And even better, maybe you qualify for rebates and that price comes down. You're shopping and you make the phone call, hey, I'm interested in this car, what's the out the door price? Out the door price means tax, title, license. I'm writing you a check or I'm bringing cash. What is my total? Everything else we do in the world, we get an out the door price, right? No matter what it is, you get an out the door price. In the auto industry, they never want to give you an out the door price. I say that cautiously. Some dealers never want to give you an out the door price. And here's why. If I give you an out the door, and regardless if you're a dealership that's hiding the price, they obviously, that's why they don't want to give you the out the door price, because you're not going to come because it's $10,000 more than what it's advertised for. But regardless if you're a dealership that's doing hiding the price, or you're a true and transparent dealership, here's why some don't like to give you the out the door price, but some will give you the right one. Let's say I'm Mr. Transparent and I'm going to give you an out the door price of $25,000 and some change, whatever it is. And you're looking at that, you're still looking at this guy, you know, a few towns over, but he's still $5,000 less, but he still also won't give you that out the door price. So you're still not sure, right? What I'm getting at is the person who will give you that true and transparent out the door price hates to do it because they don't want to lose your business, and you're gonna get to dealership B who is not transparent, and finally at the end of the day, maybe they beat it by $100. So you spent all day driving around, you know, going back and forth, beating everybody up to get to that price that dealership A, Mr. Transparent, said, here's the price. But they're like, oh, well, you're here, we'll beat it by $100. So what do? You buy the Jeep or you buy the vehicle because, you know, I'm already here, I'm tired. You know, I don't want to go back to the other dealership or whatever the case is. So you wasted a day's worth of work to save $100. That's a reality, that'll happen. So we've got fake pricing, which includes all the rebates that most people don't qualify for. That's one big thing. The other thing that happens is you get the price you want. They give you that $20,000 Jeep. You're happy, you're great. Now you're waiting to get into the finance office, right? Maybe it's an hour wait, maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 2 hours, whatever it is. But you're all excited, you've driven your Jeep, you're getting your price, you're ready to go. Now you get into the finance office and you realize that there are add-ons to the vehicle that wasn't disclosed maybe when you were making your deal. Some of the things I've seen: window etching, nitrogen in tires, door edge guards, paint protection. Now don't get me wrong, some of these things have value, but you have to pay attention to the price. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll package all these things together in a package and say it is required. All of our vehicles get this. It's not an option. You have to buy this $2,000 package when you buy our vehicle. We don't take it off, it's required. Loaded this vehicle with frivolous items that maybe could be anything from $1 to a couple $100, and they're charging you $2,000. So that's a front-end loaded deal, a front-end loaded package that they are trying to sell you, and they're saying it's required to buy. You don't have a choice, Mr. Smith, I'm sorry. So you've wasted all this time. You're in the finance office, and now this starts going south again. Guys, personal experience. I bought a Jeep, well, I almost bought a Jeep from a dealership, and they had nitrogen in the tires. They tried to charge me $400 for the nitrogen in the tires. You want to know a funny fact? The dealership didn't even have a nitrogen machine. They put green valve stems on the tires and charged $400 for it. I told them I didn't want the nitrogen in the tires. Like, oh, no problem. We'll take the nitrogen out and we'll put air back in. I literally saw a guy just changing valve stems. It's literally a money grab on some of this stuff. Some of these things do have value. Is it value to you? You need to understand. There are packages that are worthwhile depending on your situation. All I'm saying is it should be your choice to purchase them or not. For a dealership to say, sorry, this is loaded on there and you cannot take, you have to buy it, that's literally just a profit center for the dealership. I am all for a dealership making money. We should all be in the business to make money. We all work hard to make money. Of course, a dealership should make money, but there's right ways to do it, and lying and cheating and being dishonest or not transparent to the customer is not how you make money. Let's talk about other addendums. There are addendums that are acceptable and factual. Just make sure they're priced accordingly. With Jeeps, you know, there's dealerships that do lift them, put bumpers, tires, wheels, different packages on them. obviously that's something of value and you need to pay for it. But you see that vehicle has been lifted or has tires or wheels on it before you get into the finance office, so there's no surprise there. And that addendum should be directly on it's by law supposed to be next to the window sticker or posted on the Jeep somewhere or the vehicle somewhere. Are they priced accordingly? Are they priced right? But I don't have a problem with add-ons that are true, like factual, that hey, I put tires and wheels and lift on it, assuming it's priced according. Again, everyone's ability to make money, but these packages that are just jammed on the vehicles for real no reason short of making profit, that's a different story. Let's talk about market adjustment. Guys, this is kind of a thing of the past a little bit. This was really big during COVID. I'm probably a little different mindset than most people have here, and here's my thought process. Pick a vehicle that was really hard to get, whether you liked it or not. How about the Hummer EV, okay? It was a hot vehicle at the time. You couldn't really get one easily. Dealerships got one of them. Dealerships, we're talking about COVID time, so rewinding a little bit, right? Dealerships got one of these vehicles, super hot vehicle. They had no inventory otherwise, so there was a huge demand for it. So they marked them up. Now, how much they marked them up, that depends on the dealership. What you're willing to pay, that depends on you. Here's my thought on market adjustment. If the dealership is transparent about it and they're telling you, even on the website, it should be plastered right on the website that this is a market adjustment and here's the cost of the vehicle. Here's MSRP and here's the cost of the vehicle, whether it's $5,000, maybe it's 10. I personally don't have a problem with the market adjustment if it was advertised properly. I'm not forced to buy the car. If that dealership only gets one and there's 200 in the USA, it's kind of their prerogative. It made more sense to me when the dealerships had no inventory to sell. And I think that's where we saw more of this market adjustment than ever. But it wasn't like I wasted my time to go to the dealership assuming it was advertised properly to buy the vehicle and then learn it was adjusted. Again, most of this market adjustment stuff is gone. It's kind of a thing of the past. You saw that mostly during COVID when inventory was really, really thin. And to be fair, these car dealers have, they have employees to pay and they have bills to pay as well. So I kind of didn't have a real problem with it, assuming it was advertised properly. What's your thought on market adjustment? I know it's kind of a touchy one. But again, I think that's kind of a thing of the past right now. That was more of a COVID situation. Sure, it's still out there, but not like it was previously. Your time is worth money too. I would highly suggest shopping with a dealership that is transparent. If you call the dealership and you ask for that out-the-door price and you can't get a hold of a general manager and they tell you to come in to get the price and you just truly, you keep chasing your tail in circles with some of this stuff, it's a red flag that the pricing is not what it is online. If you call a dealership and say, can I buy the vehicle for the price online? And they're transparent, they'll tell you yes, and they might even tell you, hey, are you a recent grad, or are you Conquest, which means do you own a vehicle that is a different brand than the one you're purchasing? Are you military? Are you a nurse? Depending on what the programs are going on, they may dig a little and say, hey, yeah, you can buy for the price online. But good news is there's actually another $1,000 worth of rebates, or depending what you're trading in, or whatever it may be. So you can actually come down from that advertised price, but that advertised price isn't fake. Everyone can buy for that price that's advertised. That's how it should be. The dealerships that are putting them out there with all the rebates jammed in there, just know that you're going to get there and you're not going to buy for that price, and you are going to waste hours of your time getting to that out-the-door price to maybe save a few $100, if any savings from the one that gave you the price out the door without question. Guys, check those Google reviews, check their social media, check how they answer the reviews, check those common themes at the top of the reviews on Google. Remember, just because it's 5 stars doesn't mean it's a good one. If a deal is too good to be true, it probably is. We've had a nice relationship with Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. Our culture as Jeeps on the Run is highly driven by what we do in the community, honesty. We've got a great reputation, and we chose the Ray Auto Group in Fox Lake to be our partner for many, many reasons. Ray does tons of stuff for the community, tons of stuff for his customers. His pricing is transparent, and you can buy for the price that is online, regardless of your situation. Again, you might even buy for cheaper. So just consider these things when you're out there shopping. You have the internet at your disposal. Do some homework, but you got to read through the lines when it comes to these reviews. So comment below, let us know what your experience is, and if you have any questions or whatever, let us know what you think, and maybe we can help your car buying experience go a little smoother next time. So comment below, please always like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.